How's it going, guys? It's Richard, and today I'm going to be bringing you my second guide that I've ever made, and this one is on Jadinko Lair Firemaking. If you don't know what Jadinko Lair Firemaking is, then it is quite possibly the best XP for firemaking in the game, and it gives you a little bit of woodcutting XP. It gives around 350k people claim to make. I find my XP is around 300k an hour. Some people have even said to go as high as 400k an hour. But I mean, that's maybe just getting a little bit optimistic. And on top of that, you always get about a tenth of the XP you gain in firemaking in woodcutting, which is quite useful. Now, in terms of things you might find useful, now both the Ring of Fire and the Flame Gloves are pretty useful because they obviously boost your firemaking XP. They each boost 2% to your firemaking XP, or 5% if you wear them both together, so we're definitely going to be wearing those. Now, it's generally best just to use the best woodcutting axe you can, but because I've got an infernal... Is it in a daze or adzi or ads? Anyway, if you've got one of those, then they're quite useful because they burn the roots as you cut them. Now, in terms of getting there, if you've done the God Jadinkos in the Herblore habitat, then you can use a Witch Doctor Mask to teleport there. If not, then you can just walk from Shiloh Village into the Herblore habitat, down the vine at the very south of the Herblore habitat, or there's another hole just to the east of Shiloh Village. So let's teleport there so you can see where that takes us. As you can see, this spawns you right at where the Herblore habitat is. So let's just walk over, climb over the vine, and obviously because we want as many inventory spaces as possible, we're going to immediately dump the Witch Doctor Mask right in the deposit box that you'll find just south of here. These roots I find to be an absolute nightmare because you always try and climb over them, and yet they just seem to take forever. So it feels really sluggish and laggy, but I guess that's just the nature of the game. So you deposit that in there. And then we can climb down this following vine to get right on into the Jadinko Lair. Now, if you see the high level monsters that you get in there, don't worry, they're entirely non-aggressive. But because of this fact, I'm just going to quickly show you. There are 3 areas in which you can do the firemaking. But each of them give about the same XP, but there are different monsters in each area. And because of this area, I've got level 90 monsters in them, which are quite easy to accidentally left click. So I would say avoid them and go into either one of the next 2 following sections where you've got level 145, so you can't accidentally left click, but this is actually often quite busy with people trying to do firemaking as well. And finally, if you go in this final section, and this is kind of good because generally people don't really notice this area, so there's a few slayers, no one seems to be doing firemaking. Now let's get on how you actually do the Jadinko Lair firemaking. First of all, you need to collect curly roots. Now curly roots are these ones like this, and they're the ones that you can firemake. If you cut the straight ones, then you'll get the straight roots, which are the ones you use to make fletching arrows and things to effectively kill the Jadinkos. So let's start cutting these. It doesn't take too long to get a full inventory. I'd say maybe a minute. If you're using the infernal adzi, that's occasionally it does that where it starts to pull away, and then you do that. But occasionally if you're using the infernal adzi, then it has a chance of incinerating them. As you said, it incinerated them there, and so that gets you quicker firemaking XP, which is kind of a useful boost. So that means it takes longer to fill an inventory, but obviously does give you firemaking XP. Now if you've got a normal hatchet, it won't do that, and so it will take 7 lots of cutting a root to fill the inventory, because it normally fills 4, but because of the infernal adzi, then obviously it takes slightly longer because it's burning half of them. Now I'll pause my recording for a second. I'll come back when I've got a full inventory. Okay, now we have an entirely full inventory of curly roots. Now obviously it doesn't matter if you don't fill your inventory, but I just find it more useful because then you can AFK for a longer period of time. Now essentially what you do, it works exactly the same as the way bonfires work, in that you click add root to fire pit, and then it spends, I don't know, it probably takes around a minute and a half to light all of the logs. But if the fire isn't already lit, then what you do, you add a root to the dry patch, and then simply just light it like that. There you go, and that gets you that nice XP rate. And then if you add the logs to the fire there, then you just start getting more and more XP. Now for those of you that are wondering, if you cut the roots and then it incinerates them automatically with the infernal adzi, it doesn't gain you any favour points, which are what are up here. Now if you don't know what favour points are, they essentially give you seeds and teleport bags or random fruits from this table over here, which can be used for growing herbs or trees or anything for use in Herblore habitat, or it can just be fruit trees or teleport bags that allow you to easily teleport to the Herblore habitat. So those are really useful if you're planning on making things like juju mining pots, farming pots, the sort of things that you find really useful in game. Now, one final note, as you might know, the Infernal Adzi gives you an XP boost for when it automatically incinerates a root. It does do that here, so that's it's kind of a practical thing. So it really can be insane firemaking XP here. Like, this is what I used to train all the way from 83 to 92, which I actually only got last night for the Infernal Adzi to get, so that I could finally complete the Varrock elite tasks. So definitely recommend this as a firemaking method because it's completely cost effective, so you don't spend any money whatsoever, and it's pretty AFKable. Besides when you're cutting the roots, obviously, and it's basically just really easy. You don't have to worry about where fire's being lit and everything. So there you go, guys. I hope you enjoyed the guide and you find it useful so you can gain some extra XP in future. It's a great way to train firemaking, and I hope you enjoyed the video.